Traveling. We love traveling, don't we?
We do love traveling. And, the great thing about traveling is that it can actually help with anxiety.
I know it's you think it could give you anxiety.
It could, well, yeah, that's what we're going to
but
be talking
We're
about.
going to be chatting about all areas of travel and how helpful it can be if you are anxious or stressed out.
How good it can be for your mental health, actually, just broadening your horizons, as to say, psychologically and, on a physical level when you're actually going somewhere.
So join us in this episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters,
where we discuss everything really about mental health and anxiety and how it can help you live a more fulfilling and happier life.
Well, when you've got some tools up your sleeve, you kind of recognise.
Thinking we're not wearing sleeves today.
No, we're not.
You can see us on YouTube if you come and visit.
Yeah.
Well, they are kind of sleeves.
Well, yeah, but
short
you could stick some tools up here. We've got like little short sleeves, little fluffy things. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, definitely. Traveling, it can cause stress at first, when you have to travel, but
I was just thinking of our clients that have like fear of flying and things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's nothing to laugh about.
But we have helped them, haven't we?
Definitely,
We've helped them overcome it and actually go and travel and how beneficial it's been for them.
Well, yeah, definitely. We had a client once who was terrified of flying. I do remember that. And then we managed to get him on a plane to Australia.
I know.
So
and
that's from Italy to Australia.
He actually enjoyed the flight, he said.
He enjoyed it. He enjoyed all the movies and he managed to relax. Yeah, that was great. That was satisfactory for us, wasn't it? Because
I think he actually gives someone the freedom to be able to do something that they would have thought they would have never been able to do. Because if you're traveling locally, it's okay. You get on a bus or you can walk. Sometimes.
You're literally giving them wings, aren't you? So I mean, kudos to us. No, but it's true. When you can get on a plane.
Kudos to our training as hypnotherapists.
Yes,
it's hypnotherapy that's so amazing.
And it's to the client himself who actually wanted to make the change
and actually did
it. And I mean, kudos to him, really.
Yeah, because really all the change happens within you.
Yeah,
we can only facilitate it with
exactly.
Our learnings and our experience.
Exactly. We can say as much as we want to, but then it's a client who's actually going to make that change and actually, do the work. So...
Well, travelling has many benefits. What I notice about is when I don't want to travel, that's when I know I have to travel.
Yeah.
Like when I'm...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like when I really can't be bothered and I think, no, I've got too much on, that's when I know I have to plan a trip that's when I know I'm feeling a bit like
Well, that's what we've decided, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever we say, no, I can't be bothered to do that, can't be bothered to do that.
And sometimes
all the hassle.
I'm not going to say it's hard because it sounds terrible, but sometimes it's harder for us because we live in Italy and we've kind of already travelled here from London, even though it was 30 years ago, but we felt as if we've done quite a bit of travelling. And we like being here, it's so beautiful and sunny that you don't feel as if you need to get away to the sunshine.
Yes, I agree. Yeah,
like many of our colleagues in England, for instance,
they're travelling so much on vacation.
They're always looking to go on vacation to get a bit of sun. But here we're like spoilt with the sunshine, and we live in such a beautiful area that sometimes we think, what's the point of travelling? You just go somewhere else and it's not even as nice as it is here.
Yeah, I know. But then again, we've realised over time it's a big mistake to stay in the same place. The truth is we thrive on new experiences. The human mind does like comfort, but the human mind actually thrives when it's presented with new visuals, new experiences, new things to taste, all
olfactory, new things to smell.
It's all those experiences is what really, what we actually all thrive on them.
Yeah.
So one thing is just, living your comfortable life, but one thing is actually, stimulating and having things that actually get you excited. And that's, oops, got a little ant on me again. What's going on?
Ants in your pants.
I don't know. Was it an ant? No, like I got bitten the other day, so
You're a bit suspicious, aren't you?
I'm very suspicious. It does look like a tiny ant. Look at that. It was on me again.
That is an ant.
Weird. Oh well. Anyway, sorry about that. Just that I didn't want to get bitten again. No, honestly, I got like 4 tiny bites, but they've been so itchy. I've had to take
We had
it.
terrible experience with ants, haven't
Well,
we? From when we were little, from what our dad used to tell us about the
yes.
fact when he stood, when he was little and he
In the army, not when he
slept
was
ag-
when he
when
was
he
a
was in the
soldier.
army?
When he was a soldier, he said he said he fell asleep against a tree, and they were red ants.
He said they
And
stuck
they-
inside him.
Yeah. Ugh,
They
God,
bit him.
yeah.
He said they were half in and half out.
Oh, that's all I needed to hear. Now I feel itchy and grossed out. Anyway.
Well, that's what you get when you travel.
Well, yeah,
You get-
that's it.
I
You
mean,
get
the
the
bugs,
bugs. You
don't
get
you?
it's like the bugs have come to me now in the studio. I mean, you do get the bugs. You
get
get
the bugs.
you get the mosquitoes. You get stuff that that maybe you think, oh, I can't be bothered with all of that, but then you get so much more as well. The colours.
Well, they were
The-
just.
the-
I was listening to a podcast about smell, and they were just saying how the nose is directly linked to your brain.
Oh yeah, we know.
So
that.
when you smell
It's
and
one of
you
the oldest,
smell, when
yeah.
you smell and you smell, it goes directly. That's why you can always, remember smell so much.
Right. Yeah.
And so imagine when you go to a new country, how the smells are so different to what we're used to what you're normally used to, aren't they?
yeah, I'm trying to think of the smells
Do you
now in
remember
new
before
countries.
when we
yeah.
went to London? Do you remember
London
before the
does smell
pandemic,
different.
how we could
yeah,
smell
to
the
Rome.
sewers?
Oh God.
I mean, they're not
yeah.
always pleasant smells,
No.
but they get stuck. It's like a different, like a sensory experience, isn't it?
the sewers. I mean, come on. I can't really remember that, but I think
Yes,
yeah.
you can.
Is it because it was raining or something? Oh yeah, no, I can remember
It's because it
it.
was muggy.
It was muggy. Yeah.
I was thinking it was
Do you know what?
We
I'm
were going
thinking
down
about
the little
tulips. I was thinking about.
I was thinking that where we stayed near the Tower of London, we were going around those
the
back
little
streets
roads. Yeah.
that were they weren't cobbled, but you almost felt as if
Almost.
they're medieval kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, you're right.
And
yeah.
the smell of the
Smell of the sewers.
It took me right back to medieval England.
As if you were there. This is what you've imagined it. Because like when you see a film, you can think, you can imagine. By looking at the view, you were there. Yeah, of course, we've lived in medieval. Look, this is getting itchy here. I mean, anyway, yeah. It's true. It's
We've
true.
lived in medieval England, did you say?
No, it's like when you see films, somehow you can
You relive
you
it, don't you?
imagine as if you can smell.
Yes.
That's the interesting thing about watching a really good movie, for example. is
Because you
that
see the faces, don't
you're
you?
transported. Yeah, if you see somebody prepare like freshly baked bread, and there's a scene where the bread comes out, and you can see like that little smoke. It's a smell you recognise, and it's almost as if you can smell it. It can literally make your mouth water, even though you can't smell it because it's on a screen. But that's what I mean. It's like when you said it's like reminded me of medieval England. I thought, what medieval England? As if you've lived there.
Well, I think
We're not that old. We're like,
If we did hypnosis regression, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Some of our colleagues really believe in this regression, don't
Well,
they?
yes, they do.
And what about
it's
people that believe that you've been reincarnated?
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. That could well be. Who knows?
So we don't know about these things really, but
No.
I went to a museum once. That's also traveling to York. I went to a museum. It was like a medieval, and
Really?
you'd go down and you'd smell and you
maybe
see the
that's why.
dungeons.
And they would
and you'd
have
see
smells.
people. They would have smells as well.
You're joking.
No, it was
They
like a
made-
reliving it.
An interactive thing.
Yeah, it was
with
all
smells.
interactive. Yeah,
Gosh, that's amazing.
yeah, it was pretty good.
they get the smells?
Well, I'm not sure if they had.
I don't think they did.
have smells, or they described. No, they did have smells because I remember the kids were little and they were like holding their noses and they said, "Hold your nose here."
Oh wow! Well, that's very, very accurate. Okay.
Could there be a bit of a pong?
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That
Anyway,
amazing.
that's what happens when you travel. You experience new things that you wouldn't normally.
No. Yeah. I mean, well, as I used to be an air hostess, so I've travelled extensively throughout my lifetime, and it is true that, you know, certain places, like if I think of Bangkok, I think of the smell of the traffic in the city centre, but I also think of the smell of the sweet fruits and the flowers. They were like so intense. That
Different.
smell, yeah, very different to Europe.
Yeah, because I think the
Different
flowers
smell.
smell here as well, but we can't smell them because we're used to them.
We're
It's
used
like
to
when
it,
you wear your
yeah.
favourite perfume, you can't smell it
Exactly,
anymore.
yeah, you can't smell it. So, but when you travel somewhere else, you can, all of a sudden you notice these different things. Like in Japan as well, Japan has a different smell to other places as well. I remember when I went to Tokyo, I thought, gosh, the smells. I mean, they weren't bad. They were
nice.
just, yeah, they were just very different, yeah. And if you go to like India and other places, you know, you can definitely pick up on all the fragrances and the amazing, you know, herbs and spices and also some of the stinky stuff too. You know, like the sewers, like what you were saying, yeah. So definitely. So I do think that when you do travel, it kind of makes you be there in the moment, doesn't it?
Well, I think it resets you.
Do you really believe that? Gosh, like when you reset the router.
Yeah.
It's like you turn it off for a bit
Because-
and then you go somewhere and then it works
because
better.
when you're just in your home wherever you live, you're just living your daily life like almost in a trance, as we could say, almost in a
Yeah.
hypnotic trance. You're just day in day out just doing, repeating, doing, getting up, blah 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 blah.
There's
But this is like turning your daily life off and resetting and doing something completely different that you wouldn't be doing in your daily
Yeah,
life.
you're right. Your eyes see different things.
Yeah.
Your nose experiences new smells. Your
Everything's
ears, everything
new.
is
The
new.
currency
Yeah.
was probably different as it's in euro, and you've got the euro. But if you're going out of Europe, you've got different currency. Everything's like a new thing, a different thing to what you would normally be doing.
Yeah, so it forces you to come out, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it forces you to come out of your hypnotic trance. If you're going to
Trance,
say,
yeah, of your normal day-to-day trance,
of your daily drudge.
and all of a sudden, you know, you see things, different things.
And if you are anxious, and yes, you can do things like to help yourself. So if you, for instance, if you don't like camping, don't go on a camping trip.
Oh no, obviously.
If it's going to give you anxiety,
No.
do something that
No.
you're going to enjoy.
Yes.
To the best ability, because there's always going to be some
discomfort.
But that's what's good as well, because the
Yeah.
discomfort brings you out of your daily, it brings
Yeah.
you out of your own brain.
It kind of does, yeah. You itchy again. Yeah, one thing.
I
as
think
soon as-
it's just a suggestion now. We're just
Suggestion,
imagining it. But I bet you're getting itchy over there when you're listening, because you know what it's like.
Yeah, as soon as
Don't
one
you?
person talks about being itchy,
It's like when one person sneezes,
or
everyone
they
sneezes.
they have an itchy nose. Then anyway,
It's the power of suggestion, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, very much so. Well, I know it is. Yeah.
So don't force yourself to get out of your comfort zone too much when you're traveling.
No,
Unless
because you're
you've never
already
done
doing
it.
something
Yeah,
new.
you
Let's
won't-
face it, you're already doing it.
So make it as easy as possible, I would suggest.
Me
As stress-free
too, yes,
as possible.
stress-free,
Choose
yeah.
a nice location to go to, somewhere you think you'll enjoy, and then just go for it. Or otherwise, you might be feeling really wild all of a sudden and want to do something completely different because it
Yeah.
takes your fancy. And
It does
don't
take your fancy,
and don't let that fancy like go away and then think, oh no, because it's easy to forget about
Oh
it.
my gosh, it's so easy to
Yeah.
just say, oh God, that's a bit of a
Then
hassle.
it becomes like a bucket list thing that you never end up doing. You end up doing when you're like 90.
Yeah, they're so frustrating, yeah.
If you've always wanted to do something, if you're listening like you've always wanted to travel to Europe or to America or to Asia or wherever it is, India, just say, right now I'm going to start making plans, because even planning a trip, it's been proven that it helps with anxiety and stress.
Definitely. Your mind is already there, as to say. You're planning it, you're starting, you can, oh, wow, those flights, okay, yeah, and you start getting excited, planning the itinerary, seeing all that hotel or wherever, you could want to stay in a treehouse hotel.
Yeah,
there are some
you're
beautiful,
wear as well.
Yeah, we plan what we're going to wear, don't we?
We love that. That's our favourite bit.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people, if you have to plan what you're going to wear, but the fact that we, do wear the same identical clothing, it does make it, a little bit more. We have to think about it more.
Well, when we're going
as the English sisters, yes, as the English sisters, yeah, not on a normal holiday.
Not on a holiday.
No.
But we do consider them holidays, don't we, when we travel as the English sisters? Because we sneak the holiday in, don't we?
Well, yeah, because we sneak it in. You're right. Yeah, so it's always fun. That's for sure. It's always fun. So yeah, we sneak it in. Yeah.
It's always time for ourselves, isn't it? Time that we enjoy, because since we like being together so much, it's time that we can just have for ourselves and enjoy.
And just have a laugh and just yep, definitely, that is fun.
Yeah, and so if you have to go on business trips as well, you can also kind of sneak a little holiday in there as well.
Oh, I think, that's the best way to sort of deal with these trips, really, is like not close your mind off and say, oh, drag, I have to go. I don't know.
Maybe stay an extra day and go and visit something you've always wanted to see.
Or even if you can't stay. I mean, let's say the conference. There's probably some time in the morning or like after 6 p.m. where you can still browse around and check out the cafes and try and, not to just go back into your hotel room and go order in, for example. I mean, you can order in if you want, because I can understand that, because when I used to travel so much, I used to be really tired and just want to order in. But then there's always some kind of experience to be had by just, going out a little bit.
And experiencing the culture.
Yeah, the culture, definitely.
You talk to new people, don't you?
Yeah, you definitely talk. Even if you're just like sitting, I used to have to eat alone many times in the restaurants and just go alone if nobody else wanted to come, none of the crew. I remember thinking, obviously it's nicer if you can get 2 or 3 people to come with you, but if you can't, it's lovely as well.
Well, it's enjoyable because you're in a new place.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Barbados that time, when you could hear the birds so loudly. I was so shocked by that.
Yeah, me too.
Because I can't really hear them.
I don't think I've heard them that loud in any other place. I've never really noticed it. No, not as loud as that. Not even, in Africa or anywhere else. I've never heard the birds quite as loud as those birds there. I don't know, it's because like what we're doing with the ant thing, that once one of us said it. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, all you can hear are birds. Because you remember, I think I said it, and then you said, oh my God, the birds, they're so loud. Because like our husband hadn't even heard the birds. My husband said, what birds? So, I mean, maybe we were like just being very suggestible and
heightened awareness.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, you suddenly focus on those birds. But I do remember the minute we got out of the aircraft, well, that's what you call it, the airplane, the airplane. Thinking once we got into that airport, there was a hummingbird there. I mean, come on, talk about things. Look,
is it inside the airport?
It was inside the airport.
It's like here when we see pigeons inside.
Yeah, exactly. But it was the most beautiful thing. I thought, gosh, I felt like I was in some kind of fake place because do you remember that tiny hummingbird? I thought, wow. And I guess maybe that was like the prelude to seeing and listening to all these other birds. I don't know. I mean, if any of you have been there, maybe some people, you live there, you probably can't even hear them if you live there.
You probably tell us that they are loud there.
Because you tune off if you live there. Yeah. Like the other day.
You're so used to hearing
You're used to it. Like here in the countryside, here in Italy where we live, when I leave my window open at night, I will wake up to the sound of the birds. So, but if I'm not focusing on them, you don't hear them as much. But if I suddenly... The other day I was thinking, gosh, they make a racket though.
They do sometimes.
They were like, especially now, in this period when we're getting towards the summer. Gosh.
I've got them, the ones I'm not keen on are the ones that...
The ones you're scared of because you think
I'm
for the
not
dog.
scared of them, no.
When the dog was a puppy.
No, the crows, they make such a noise.
Yeah,
they wake me up.
Really? Oh, you've got a lot of them around your house.
Around.
Crowing around,
Quawking, whatever it's called. Gawking, I don't know what they call it, the noises they make. They're so loud.
Do they actually wake you up?
Terrible. It's worse than an alarm. Luckily now we've managed, I don't know if they were looking for their baby or something, it was a particular time. Now we've managed that they've gone.
They're highly intelligent.
No, they've gone round the other side of the house, so they're not where our bedroom is.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't hear them as much now. They don't bother me. But otherwise,
yeah.
they make such a loud noise.
Yeah, they actually make. I remember those crows. I mean, I've had them here as well. Do you know what they do? They go to the nut tree next doors. They've got that massive tree filled with walnuts. They come on the top of my roof, since our bedroom is near the roof. And they come and they throw the nuts there so that they're open so they can eat them. Because I've heard this, like, one day we heard, like, and then I remember telling someone, I can't remember someone, I think it was the builder or something. I said, this loud noise. He goes, that's the crows, they're throwing the nuts.
I see walnuts.
I used to think it was a rat, which was really creepy, so now I prefer.
I see, we haven't got a walnut tree and I see walnuts half open.
They might be the rats
empty.
as well and the mice. They
said they were the crows.
Well,
last
no.
time.
Did I? No.
Last time you told me they were the crows.
Probably the rats. You're probably thinking, where on earth do these people live?
Rats.
Crows. I mean, it's all nature, isn't it?
Cats and dogs.
Cats and
boars.
Yeah.
There was a whole family of boars in the field the other day. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There's
Anyway, I mean, we recommend you travel, and if you come to Italy, to Rome, come and say hi to us.
Come and say hi.
If we're around, we'd love to meet up as well. There's no reason why we can't come and have a coffee with you.
Yeah, have a cappuccino.
So that would be cute.
That would be really cute. So yeah, get more travel in, definitely. That's the advice. Even if you think you can't be bothered, or I mean, I don't know. People think they can't be bothered. Sometimes I get
financially
lazy.
it's a bit of a struggle as well. But if you think you can
always
save up
usually
a
a struggle financially,
yeah, but
because
sometimes
you have
if you
to put
save
that
up
money.
a bit and you don't do other things that you would need.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're right.
It's worth it, isn't it?
Well,
in the
yeah.
end? It's all about priorities in the end, isn't it?
It is,
What you prioritize your spending on.
And you might think, no, I'm far too anxious at the moment now to plan a trip or to think about a trip. But it's actually quite the opposite.
And I think even if you can't go away for a whole week, even a day trip.
Day trips are good too.
But like traveling, even if you can just travel for a couple of days or something.
Yeah,
that's
good as well.
Long weekend, a weekend.
Day trips are great. Go to a day trip, I don't know, to the sea.
Is that actually considered traveling?
Of course it's travelling. Anything is travelling. You're moving, you're travelling.
Yeah, it's not a holiday, it's travel.
It's travel, yeah. We're talking about travel here. Travel is getting on a train, getting in the car.
Do you remember when we lived in Croydon, we'd get on that train that went to Brighton?
Yeah.
It'd be like a completely different experience.
That was a different experience because you were going to the sea.
We could smell the sea.
You can
still remember it, the cobbles,
me too.
the stones.
What about the
rock,
the seagulls,
the candy,
the noise? Since we're talking about birds.
I remember we used to buy that hard candy, practically break our teeth on it.
That's just candy. Yeah, they still have that.
It's called Brighton Rock, wasn't it?
Was it? I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, it's just sugar, really, isn't it?
Pure sugar.
Pure sugar with a little
really
swirl. Yeah.
You used to just have to suck it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Because if you used to try and bite it, it would break your teeth.
Yeah, it's part of the fun, though, wasn't it? And the fish and chips.
I remember the smell of that candy. It was
Me too.
Sweet, yeah.
Didn't they have the mint flavour or something?
Yeah,
didn't like that as much, but yeah.
Fish and chips.
And then you would think you'd have to bring candy back for your friends, so I would always buy some candy, for the friends, because it was like a trip, even though we would just literally get on the train. Yeah. It was like cost of not that much.
It used to be expensive.
Was it expensive because we were poor? Yeah.
But I remember we used to save up for it.
Would we go like just on our own, or was it always with mum and dad?
No, we would go when we were older.
Yeah,
when we were like 15 or something.
We would use our cleaning money and things that we would do the cleaning of the houses. Yeah. Oh, that was sweet. We would go there. Yeah, that was fun. I can remember it.
It's cute.
A dip away from your usual life, away from the city. It's like
it was so different for us.
That's what I mean. It doesn't take much. You can get on a coach, just go somewhere else. You live in the city, go to the countryside. You'll experience different things, smells and sights.
Yeah, once when I was a student, we lived in Bristol, and we went on a day trip to Cheddar Gorge, I think it was called. And it was a beautiful place. It was like a gorge, like a valley, and it had a river in it, and they had delicious scones with jam and tea, and it was a totally different experience to being in Bristol.
That's what I mean, and it's like one day.
Bristol.
There you go.
Yeah, they stuck in your memory because they're so special.
There you go.
They're places that you don't normally see, and that they're different to what you normally experience. So they get stuck.
They get stuck there, and you get like a mental photo, and you can always go back to it. And think, So I think that's why it's important to do these things, to plan for them.
The planning is such an enjoyable part as well.
Planning is, yeah. Sometimes I get a bit tired, like when you have to book them and that.
It can be a bit stressful.
Yeah, it's like
it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. Gosh, yeah. 100-fold worth it.
And you can make mistakes as well. Once I made a mistake, I put the wrong name.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty stressful.
Because I've got my married name and then my Zugo, the single name, and a maiden name. And here in Italy, we keep our maiden name, and in the UK, we have our the other name, the married name.
The married surname.
I'd put the maiden name in, and we couldn't get on the flight. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember it.
We had a bit of a laugh about it, didn't we?
No, I think you had to buy a new ticket in the end.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was a bit of an expensive mistake, but anyway.
But yeah,
still worth it.
Yeah, I mean, in the end,
it's a learning
it's something you laugh about later, isn't it?
Yeah, you do. And you don't do it again.
No, you don't do it again. You're the one that's bought the tickets this time home. You've done them right, because we'll be going to London soon.
I think when this comes out, we've already been.
Been. Well, let's hope we'll be going again.
Oh, definitely again.
So it's a continuous thing. It's
continuous, and then
just one time thing. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
New York.
Well, I want to hear where you're going, what trip you're going to be planning for your own mental health.
Yeah, you can give us some ideas as well.
Give us some ideas, and please do come and see us on Instagram at Get Real with the English Sisters, or Twitter, or anywhere, the English Sisters. And also, please do spend a few minutes to give us a review, 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Apparently that's the one that's favoured, even though you can listen to this podcast on all platforms.
Right, okay then.
And that really helps us, doesn't it?
That really helps us grow, yeah. And
we
leave a comment.
We look forward to seeing you on our YouTube channel as well, at the English Sisters, where you can leave a comment too there. Say hi.
Right then, let's go and plan
Let's
a
go
trip.
and travel. Go and pack our suitcases.
Wonderful.
Lots of love and smiles from the English Sisters.